everyone, I'm Nandini Sharma. You all know me as Dev2Be's host, and so I will be graduating pretty soon. And as a Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador, I've learned so much from this program and the community, and it's helped me grow and learn so much with time. And because of that, only I started this podcast, and it was an initiative that was supported by literally everyone, and I really want to thank all of you guys for supporting me through this. And yeah, I want to really pass this on to Swati, and like someone who can continue this. And so yeah, I'll pass this on to Swati as the next host of Dev2Be, and I'm sure it's going to be very much amazing as it's been for me as well. And yeah, that's about me. Thank you so much for your support.
Hi everyone. So this is Swati Sandhya, and I still remember the first day I saw Nandini interviewing Scott, and I was so desperate to be a part of this team. I literally went to everyone asking like if I can contribute somewhere, like, even the smallest role is fine. And today I'm here. To be honest, I'm really honored to get this role, and thank you so much. Thank you, Nandini, Sundar, the whole team for believing in me and showing this belief that okay, I can do this. Even I was not sure, I was overwhelmed, but now I'm really super excited for this. Continuing to this, okay, let's move on to the next episode. Hey everyone, Dev2Be is back with another amazing story, and we are super glad to have you all here for the fifth and last episode of season 2. So with all the pleasure, today we have Taiki Yoshida with us. He is a senior program manager at Microsoft in the Power Platform customer advisory team. I hope I'm right. He's So he's empowering everyone with great ideas to build their apps in a no code or less code environment. And I know that's really cool, and parallelly ensuring community growth. So that's Taiki, really appreciated. Of course, there is a lot more about him which we would like to hear from him itself. And so Taiki, I wanted to share that Dev2Be is all about people who are like you, who are creating an impact in the society, and also about what message you have for the current tech learners. So without any delay, welcome Taiki, and the Dev2Be team is highly privileged to have you here. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, my name is Taiki, and I'm the senior program manager for the Power Cat team. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, awesome. So let me start with a very generic question, but I feel it's really important because everyone has their own journey, and it's actually beautiful if you can just summarize it in a gist. So I would ask that what is the story of Taiki and how you built your passion for tech?
Yeah, sure. So I've always really was into tech right from the beginning when I was like 5 years old, actually. That was when the Windows 95 came out, and I just happened to have an opportunity to be able to like touch a second-hand computer, and that's where I got started interested with the computers in general, and from that I then started kind of self-teaching myself how to do things on my laptop and bits and pieces, and and that's how I started computers. And when I was 18, I was graduating a school from the UK. I was in high school there, and then unfortunately, I was going to pursue my career in IT. I was going to apply for a computer science degree, but unfortunately, my parents became ill, so I had to come back to Japan, and basically, I started working in McDonald's. Because I had no other place, I was not qualified, but I really wanted to, still be able to pursue my career in IT. Because it was my passion. So I then ended up working at a very small company, about 100 people, and became an IT help desk there as a temporary staff, but they converted me to full time, and that's how I met like all of the Microsoft stack, the technology there, and then I gained experiences in like things like Office 365. At the time, it was called BPOS, older than the name of Office 365 at the moment, and then I kind of transitioned to Dynamics 365. That's also business applications for Microsoft that we have. And I started gaining more things there. And throughout my career, I then kind of swapped to different companies and such. And then I met Power Apps back in 2015, 2016, when they just started the private preview. And as soon as I saw it was going to be like a new low code, I was really interested because of the fact that, well, I come from a career that I don't typically usually have as a tech person. I don't have a degree. I self-taught myself. And I really wanted to kind of empower others through low code like me to be in this tech industry. So I signed up to the past private preview. I got in. I started touching all of these different things, and at one moment in time in LinkedIn, one of the Microsoft recruiters reached out to me and said, well, we have this thing called Power Apps, and nobody knows about it in Japan. I was in Japan at the time. And they basically asked me to become the global black belt. That was basically a technical specialist at Microsoft who is focused on a single product. And I became a global black belt sales specialist for Power Apps in Japan. And that's how I started my Power Apps journey, and started to kind of evangelize the product because nobody literally knew about the product, and held lots and lots of seminars and sessions for free, so everyone can get empowered more through low code. And I then ended up in this PowerCat team because I was so passionate about it. I didn't want to just scale it just in Japan, but I wanted to make everyone successful. PowerCat, the CAT stands for the Customer Advisory Team, and it literally is to ensure everyone, all of the customers, not just the big ones, but small ones, students, everyone to become successful for adapting the Power Apps journey. So that's where I am at the moment.
That was like really, really inspirational. And you have such a great story that we can actually break it down to so many elements. I would like to talk about like each one of them. So you told that right after your high school, you had to join McDonald's, and then
Yes.
you directly entered into the IT field without any graduation degree. How would you describe that phase of your life?
Yeah, it was the most toughest time of my life. I really wanted to pursue, a computer science degree and learn a lot about it, but because I couldn't and had to end up in McDonald's, what I was doing was I was working in McDonald's and I was literally searching for every IT type of career that was open position, and I was literally applying for every single one. And there just happens to be one that thought that my self-teaching skills were sufficient enough to get in as an IT help desk. So it was kind of my determination to learn tech as much as possible. It's not about, degrees is always, nice to have. It's much better to have it if you can, but if you don't have the opportunity, I still think that, it's not the end of the world. You still have plenty of chance. In this modern time, you have YouTube, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you have all those different sources of information. We have Microsoft Docs, like thousands and thousands of pages of content, and there is loads of opportunity. You can try things for free. So even if you don't have a lot of money, there's still plenty of opportunity to learn. And I think that is what is really important, that you have the determination and you kind of try and pursue your career without, even if you have like these kind of blockers, just keep dreaming that you can get into a tech industry. And I think that is what is important here.
Yeah, I find the best thing as like that determination and like passion to grow more. Like story like yours or Samit Sani. We had Samit Sani also here on our session, and he also that demonstrated like how passion can change everything. He was like doing something else, and suddenly he shifted to Microsoft, and it's all inspiring a lot. Also, I saw that you won some award in McDonald's, so that's like wherever you are doing your best. That's like really inspiring. I wanted to ask, like, when you shifted from McDonald's to suddenly IT company and then Microsoft. So in all these phases, weren't you scared or did you feel inferior? Like many a times it happens to me that I like change, but when it happens, there is loads of excitement and there is tinge of fear that what if I don't use the best of this opportunity or mess things up? So how did you feel exactly at that time?
I suppose the fear of getting things wrong. There's always, even right now in Microsoft, I always have this fear, back of my head. But the point is, it is better to try than not to try at all. I think, you should try as much as you can. And obviously you have to kind of talk with your manager and set the expectation there that, you may fail, but it is best to have this trust between your managers and make sure that you can try out new things. Like when I first started in the IT help desk, I was I don't have any Office 365 experiences. I didn't have any experiences for Hyper-V or VMware and things like that. But the point is that you still kind of hold it with your manager and say, well, I really want to try this out. I think I can be successful, through setting whatever you're setting up here. And it is that determination. Again, for me, everything is about determination. So yeah, it is to kind of follow through that. And the thing is that if you fail, it's not about, you don't have to be, well, you should, kind of reflect back on it. But the point is you're going to grow from that learning and the mistakes, right? Everything that you do is going to be valuable experience. So it's better to try out new things than to not try at all, I think.
Yeah, awesome. Like, I guess many of us right now will be relating with you because always there are ups and downs, but that consistency, that passion, as I said, the determination is always needed. So as you mentioned, and I also read in one of your blogs that there was a recruiter reached out to you with an offer to join Microsoft, right? So, what do you think that made you recognizable and made you stand out of the crowd?
I see. Well, I suppose before I joined Microsoft, I was actually a Microsoft MVP. So I had a business applications award within the Microsoft MVP category, and so my specialty was based on low code, well, Power Apps and Office, and mainly Dynamics 365. And I constantly made outputs to the Japanese community. So I was presenting, at lots of different user-led community sessions. I was making lots and lots of blog posts about not just Dynamics, but Azure and all these different things. And I suppose that kind of made it, stand out in the LinkedIn as well. And that's how the recruiter reached out to me. Yeah.
Awesome. So how do you think your journey has inspired you to contribute to community or society? And can you share like a story where you realize that giving back to your nation is one of the most important things anyone can do?
Yeah. So the reason why I kind of started contributing to the community was because, well, if you think about it, going back to my early stages, I learned everything off Google, right? Or Bing, I should say. I was searching things from the internet, and that's how I gained information. But most of the time, all these contents that you gain, I mean, you have the official documentations from Microsoft as well, and from Microsoft Docs, you have Microsoft Learn as well. But you also have loads and loads of contents that is from the community itself as well. You have people, Microsoft, I had loads of chances when I read through blog posts from Microsoft MVPs as well, and I started to feel it's not, I should also, because I'm gaining all these, nice things and knowledge for free from all the community. And I really felt that I should, give it back, or in most cases pay it forward, so that people like me can also other people like me can also benefit from all of this. And that's how I started. Well, I should be, even though it might be basic things, I should still make an output. It might actually benefit someone, and that's how I started doing blog posts. That's how I started doing presentations and things like that. So yeah, it is all about paying it forward so that other people can benefit. And for those people who gain that, can then pay it forward as well. And everyone, starts getting, more and more knowledge overall. So yeah, that is my passion with the community, I think.
Awesome. There was one LinkedIn post I saw on your profile, and it said that you started a community group called as COVID-19 Engineer.
Yes.
And like, heads off to that, because I know that I personally realize that people with passion and knowledge, when they come together, so they are like one whole army, like powerful army, and they can cure anything. So what was your thought process behind that, and how was that whole journey for you?
Yeah, sure. So, COVID-19 Engineer, that was a community specifically to contribute to COVID-19. It might be directly, it could be indirect, but try to contribute through tech. And that's how I started up the community in Japan. And at the time, I think I started that last year in April. I mean, it was right in the beginning of COVID-19 for Japan. We just got announced the state of emergency. And I really wanted to find a way of trying to contribute to the world, contribute to the society, because everyone's in a lockdown. And I thought, well, I don't want to just sit here and wait for the emergency to the state of emergency to end. I wanted to do something about it. And well, we have Teams, we have Zoom, we have all these different things that you can kind of make an output on. And I decided, well, I always have contributed through Microsoft technology, but for this time, let's forget about what brand it is, what company it is. It's all about trying to ensure everyone can succeed through COVID-19 times through tech. So I decided to reach to all of the community leaders across different companies, not just Microsoft, but all these other companies that is there. Like, for example, Japan has a high usage of Line, which is like Teams, right, for Japan, or WhatsApp equivalent. I reached out to guys from Lineworks. I reached out to the people from Asana, which is a project management tool. It's I was reaching out to all these different companies, and I wanted to hold user-led community sessions so that we can present on the really basics of and how-tos of each of these services and products, and to be able to remote work, because remote work in Japan itself is a very low number. When it first started, it has significantly increased since then. But at the beginning, nobody knew how to kind of remote work. I personally had opportunity to do remote work quite some time. I actually started remote working back in 2019 because the CAT team is a global team. I report directly to Redmond. So I was using this opportunity to kind of have people know about the remote working experiences, as well as contributing to the community. And one of the things I ended up doing through this COVID-19 engineering thing was that there was a city called Kobe in Japan. I'm not sure if you know Kobe, but it's famous for Kobe beef. And basically, it's a seventh largest city in Japan. And I just happened to grow up there, and there was this people from the city officials from Kobe City who I just knew from my private connections, and they were in a situation where they had been bombarded with call center calls and things like that, because at the time of COVID-19 we had a subsidy, government-led subsidy in Japan, where everyone could gain basically equivalent of $1,000. And basically, all the people were, phone calling the city officials saying, "Well, is my, status being, processed? How is it going?" and things like that. So everyone's trying to ask how's the situation with the subsidy. They're getting like 10,000, 20,000 calls a day. So I wanted to try and help out through COVID-19 engineer, community. I reached out to two of the guys within the community, and we all helped the city of Kobe. And that reduced like the calls to like 3,000 calls a day instead of 30,000 calls a day. So yeah, I do have passion, to contribute to the community, even in the roughest times of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like this journey is quite like it should receive admiration a lot, because, and of course I guess you would receive a big thanks from everyone, like whoever could receive help from you, and all the people who came to get together to solve issues regarding COVID-19. So yeah, actually thank you from my side as well. thank you for this inspiration. I guess this question, last question, is going to be like a golden words from you. So, what are the learnings you would like to pass on to people starting their tech journey?
Yeah, sure. So my biggest learning is definitely, firstly, I kept saying this throughout this recording, but determination is definitely one. You should try and do as much as possible. Don't ever give up to the things that you're passionate about. There'll always be a chance somewhere that you can grab. And secondly is that think about paying it forward, and because paying it forward isn't actually just giving it to someone. It actually comes back to you overall. In a way, it comes around right back to you. And I really felt that when I started doing these blog posts, started doing these community activities, and you have sometimes when you're in the rough times, these community people will then help you as well in return. And it's just amazing to feel that people who you might not even have met before would still help you through Twitter and LinkedIn and places. And it's just an amazing experience. So if you have a chance, please do think about paying it forward for others, but it will come back to you. And also when you do those paying it forward activities, it kind of helps you actually learn more as well yourself, because sometimes when you're making an output of something, it's not always that you have the expertise of that particular topic you want to output on. So you start researching things in there too. You start trying out things as well. So in a way, it kind of helps you grow as much as you're helping the community to grow. So that is the two things I wanted to highlight there.
Awesome. Okay. So as your you work for Power Apps, that is like helping everyone to code in no code or less code environment, right? So
Yeah.
let's play a game related to that, and that is like we can say less is more round. So in which I'll be throwing questions at you, which can be in the form either a sentence, such as if I ask you like what is the best thing people notice about you, like for example, or it can be in a word, like if I say coffee and whatever feelings come in your mind about coffee. So you have to answer in one word. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So all good. Can we start?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah. So first question is like, if given the chance to meet one person in the world, who would it be?
Definitely Bill Gates.
Awesome. Yeah. If you ever get a chance, please, I request you invite me as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So next big thing in the tech industry, according to you?
Definitely low code. Yeah.
Okay. So now next comes words like, okay, first word is Microsoft.
Oh, empower. That's definitely the word for Microsoft.
Awesome. Power Apps.
Oh, it's hard to say it in one word. Transformation is the word. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Best book.
Best book. Actually, Harry Potter.
Awesome. Same page for that. Okay. So thing you love most about Microsoft.
It's the same word. It's empowered. You feel empowered to do it all the time. Yeah.
Okay. So to add a little spice, thing you don't like about Microsoft.
You don't like expense reports.
Okay. So the last question is like, I feel it's very important. So what do you think is more important, education or experience?
Definitely experience. Yeah.
So why do you say that?
Well, you can get educated, but having first-hand experience, not just through books or textbooks or Microsoft Docs or things like that, but gaining the actual physical experience, there's a whole lot more than just being told what and learning through things. So gaining experience is the most important.
We you feel it from your experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, people, that's it for today's session. Thank you, Taiki, for taking out time from your busy schedule and sharing this wonderful journey with us. I should say that this was one of the best sessions I have ever hosted. And
Oh, really? Thank you.
and of course, thank you to all the viewers for being with us in this journey. Please do share your likes and comments. Stay connected with Dev2Be, and yeah, keep developing. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.